Have you ever wondered why your children don't respect you anymore, no matter how much you've done for them? It's natural to feel hurt or upset when those we love don't treat us with the respect we deserve. But here's a powerful truth. You don't have to accept disrespect or let it define your relationship. Instead, you can take control with strategies that transform tension into understanding and conflict into connection. In this video, you'll learn 5 smart ways to handle it when your children don't show you respect, without getting angry or upset. These are calm and wise ways that really work. These aren't just quick fixes. They're tools to rebuild respect and restore the bond that matters most. Stay tuned until the end, because what you'll learn today can not only change how your children see you, but might just change how you see yourself too. Let's get started. Number 1, understanding the root cause through reflection and generational differences. When children show disrespect, the first powerful step isn't to react, but to pause and reflect on the underlying reasons behind their behavior. It's easy to feel hurt, but understanding the root cause helps transform frustration into empathy. Often, disrespect isn't about you personally. It's about communication gaps, unresolved feelings, or the natural tensions that arise between generations. Consider the example of Alice, a 72-year-old mother, who noticed her son's abrupt tone and dismissive attitude during family gatherings. Instead of responding with anger, she took time to reflect on their past interactions and their differing communication styles. Alice realized that her son was struggling with his own stress and felt unheard in his own life, which made him more prone to react defensively. By seeing beyond the surface, Alice was able to approach him with patience and openness rather than confrontation. Generational differences play a big role too. The world your children grew up in is often very different from yours. Technology, social values, and even language evolve, creating invisible barriers. What might feel like disrespect to you could be their way of expressing independence or frustration shaped by their own experiences. Recognizing this helps soften your response and open the door to better communication. Reflecting on your own communication patterns is just as important. Sometimes misunderstandings grow from unspoken expectations or habits. For example, if you tend to give advice, unsolicited, or express your concerns with a tone that feels critical, your children might react with resistance or disrespect. By becoming aware of how you communicate, you gain the power to adjust and foster respect rather than tension. This reflection isn't about blaming yourself, it's about empowerment. When you understand the dynamics at play, you can choose a path that promotes healing and connection instead of escalating conflict. It invites curiosity rather than judgment and builds a foundation for change. By understanding the root cause of disrespect through reflection and acknowledging generational differences, you shift from a reactive stance to a proactive one. This shift creates space for respectful dialogue and invites your children to see you not just as an authority figure, but as a person worthy of respect and understanding. Many seniors who practice this approach report a surprising change as they lower their defenses and open their hearts. Their children often respond in kind. Respect begins to grow naturally when communication is grounded in empathy and mutual understanding. So before you respond to disrespect with frustration or anger, take a step back, see the bigger picture, and you'll find the strength to respond in ways that rebuild respect and restore peace. This understanding is the cornerstone of all the strategies we'll discuss next. It's not always easy, but it's incredibly powerful and transformative. Number 2, setting clear, calm, and consistent boundaries to establish mutual respect. One of the most effective ways to address a lack of respect from your children is to set clear boundaries, not in anger or frustration, but with calm and consistency. Boundaries are essential because they communicate your expectations and define what behavior is acceptable, without escalating tension or inviting disrespect. They create a framework where respect can flourish naturally. Imagine Samuel, a 68-year-old father, who felt constantly dismissed by his daughter during family conversations. Instead of lashing out, Samuel calmly explained which behaviors hurt him and why he expected to be treated with courtesy. He said, "When you interrupt me or speak sharply, it makes it hard for me to share my thoughts. I want us to listen to each other with respect." Samuel's approach was firm but gentle, and he followed up by reinforcing these boundaries every time the old patterns resurfaced. Setting boundaries is not about controlling your children or demanding obedience. It's about protecting your dignity and teaching them how to treat you with kindness. When you communicate your limits clearly, your children know what to expect, and it reduces misunderstandings that often fuel disrespect. Consistency is key. If you say one thing but allow another, it sends mixed signals. For example, if you tell your children that you won't tolerate rude language, but then laugh off their comments or stay silent, they'll sense that the boundary isn't firm. Repeated calm reminders, along with consequences if boundaries are crossed, like taking a break from a conversation, help reinforce your message. It's important to avoid emotional reactions during boundary setting. Responding with anger or sarcasm often backfires, creating a cycle of disrespect and defensiveness. Instead, maintain a steady, respectful tone, showing that your boundaries come from a place of self-respect, not punishment. As you practice this approach, you'll likely notice a gradual but meaningful change in your children's attitudes, in the tone of your conversations, and in your own peace of mind. Boundaries create stability, and stability nurtures respect. This strategy works hand in hand with the other powerful ways we'll discuss, all aimed at helping you foster a respectful and loving connection with your children. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, modeling respectful behavior through patience, empathy, and active listening. The way you carry yourself and interact with your children sets a powerful example that can influence how they treat you in return. One of the most effective strategies for cultivating respect is to model the very behavior you wish to see: patience, empathy, and active listening. This isn't about perfection, but about showing up with genuine intention and calm strength. Let's take the story of Margaret, a 74-year-old grandmother, who often felt overlooked and dismissed by her son during family discussions. Rather than escalating conflicts or withdrawing, Margaret chose a different path. She made a conscious effort to listen carefully to what her son was saying, even when she disagreed. She asked questions to understand his perspective, acknowledged his feelings, and responded calmly without interrupting. Over time, her consistent patience and empathy softened her son's attitude, paving the way for more respectful and meaningful conversations. Modeling respectful behavior means managing your own emotions, especially when you feel hurt or offended. It can be challenging not to react defensively, but maintaining a calm and composed demeanor shows emotional maturity. When you respond with kindness and understanding, you disarm hostility and invite your children to mirror that respect. Active listening is a key part of this approach. It involves more than just hearing words. It means fully focusing on the speaker, making eye contact, nodding in acknowledgement, and sometimes summarizing what they've said to show you truly understand. This kind of listening validates your children's feelings and experiences, which often reduces resistance and increases their willingness to listen in return. Empathy bridges the gap between differing viewpoints and experiences. When you put yourself in your children's shoes, even briefly, you gain insight into why they might be struggling or acting out. Recognizing their challenges doesn't mean excusing disrespect, but it helps you respond with compassion rather than judgment. Many seniors find that modeling respect in this way creates a ripple effect. Family interactions become less charged with tension, and moments of genuine connection grow more frequent. Respect is not demanded but nurtured through example. It's important to remember that modeling respectful behavior doesn't guarantee immediate change, but it creates a foundation for transformation. It positions you as a steady, caring presence that your children can trust and eventually respect. This approach requires strength, grace, and often a willingness to forgive, not because disrespect was acceptable, but because your peace and the relationship's health matter most. As you embrace patience, empathy, and active listening, you're not only fostering respect, but also deepening your bond with your children. You show them that relationships are built on understanding and kindness, which ultimately paves the way for lasting respect. Number 4, using positive reinforcement to encourage respectful behavior. One often overlooked but incredibly effective way to foster respect from your children is through positive reinforcement. Instead of focusing solely on what's going wrong, acknowledging and encouraging moments when your children do show respect can make a significant difference. This approach taps into the natural human desire for recognition and appreciation, motivating better behavior without confrontation or criticism. Take the example of Harold, a 69-year-old father who had long struggled with feeling dismissed by his daughter. Rather than dwelling on negative interactions, Harold started consciously noticing when she showed him respect, whether it was listening patiently during conversations or speaking kindly during disagreements. He would express genuine appreciation, saying things like, "I really value how you listened today," or "Thank you for being so thoughtful." These small affirmations not only boosted his daughter's confidence, but gradually shifted their interactions toward mutual respect. Positive reinforcement works because it highlights what's working well, reinforcing those behaviors as desirable and rewarding. It's a way of showing your children that respect is noticed and valued, encouraging them to continue making that choice. Over time, this creates a positive feedback loop where respect becomes a natural part of your relationship. It's important to be sincere and specific when giving praise. Generic compliments can feel empty, but pointing out exactly what you appreciated makes your recognition meaningful. For example, instead of just saying "good job," say "I appreciated how you took the time to hear me out" without interrupting. This shows that you're paying attention and that respectful behavior matters deeply to you. This approach also softens the emotional climate in your family. When your children feel appreciated, they're less likely to act out in frustration or disrespect. Positive reinforcement helps reduce defensive responses and creates a more open, cooperative atmosphere. Moreover, encouraging respectful behavior can be paired with gentle reminders of boundaries if needed. For instance, after praising your child for listening, you might add, "That makes it easier for me to share, and I hope we can keep talking this way." This keeps the door open for ongoing improvement without criticism. Many seniors who embrace positive reinforcement find it brings surprising shifts in family dynamics. Children respond well to feeling seen and valued, and respect starts to feel less like a demand and more like a shared value. Of course, this doesn't mean ignoring hurtful behavior or letting disrespect slide. It means balancing correction with encouragement, helping your children learn not just what not to do, but what to do instead. This technique also nurtures your own emotional well-being. Focusing on positive interactions helps you feel more connected and less stressed, making it easier to stay patient and calm in challenging moments. As you practice positive reinforcement, you create a more respectful and loving environment where your children are motivated to meet you halfway. This method transforms the parent-child relationship into a partnership built on recognition and care. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, rebuilding trust through consistent actions and open communication. When respect seems lost, rebuilding trust becomes the cornerstone of healing and restoring your relationship with your children. This process takes time and patience, but consistent actions paired with honest, open communication can bridge even the widest gaps. Let me share the story of Eleanor, a 75-year-old mother whose relationship with her son had become strained after years of misunderstanding and hurt feelings. Instead of giving up, Eleanor committed herself to being reliable and transparent in her interactions. She kept her promises, showed up when she said she would, and approached conversations with honesty, even when the topics were difficult. Over time, this steady consistency reassured her son that she was trustworthy and sincere, slowly opening doors to renewed respect. Trust is fragile and can be broken by past disappointments or miscommunications, but it can also be rebuilt through genuine effort. When your children see you taking responsibility for your part in the relationship and making a conscious effort to improve, it fosters respect rooted in reliability and authenticity. Open communication is vital. It's about creating safe spaces where feelings and concerns can be expressed without fear of judgment or dismissal. This means listening as much as speaking, acknowledging your children's perspectives, and sharing your own in ways that invite understanding rather than defensiveness. Transparency is part of this openness. When you communicate your feelings honestly and admit mistakes when they happen, you model humility and integrity. This encourages your children to do the same, creating a cycle of mutual respect and trust. One powerful practice Eleanor adopted was regular check-ins with her son, simple moments to ask how he was doing, to share updates about her own life, and to affirm her commitment to their relationship. These small but meaningful interactions build a foundation of connection and respect. It's important to remember that rebuilding trust doesn't erase the past overnight. It requires persistence, patience, and sometimes forgiveness, both of your children and yourself. But with consistent, respectful actions and honest dialogue, respect can grow back stronger than before. This approach also helps you reclaim your sense of self-worth. By acting with integrity and openness, you demonstrate that you are deserving of respect, regardless of past difficulties. Your children can't help but notice this strength and authenticity. Many seniors find that as trust rebuilds, old patterns of disrespect fade away. Conversations become more genuine, conflicts less frequent, and moments of connection more meaningful. Rebuilding trust is not just about changing your children's behavior. It's about transforming the relationship into one based on mutual respect, understanding, and love. As you commit to this journey, remember that your efforts are powerful and worthwhile. Change is possible, and respect can be restored. Thank you for following this path with us. We've explored 5 effective ways to respond when your children don't show the respect you deserve, each rooted in wisdom, patience, and strength. Final thoughts as we come to the close of this video. Take a moment to reflect on the 5 powerful ways we've discussed for handling situations when your children don't show you the respect you deserve. Each approach is grounded not in anger or frustration, but in calm strength, patience, and self-respect. Qualities that build not only respect from others, but also a deeper sense of peace within yourself. Think about which of these strategies resonated with you the most. Is it setting clear boundaries with calm consistency? Perhaps modeling respectful behavior through patience and empathy struck a chord. Or maybe you see the value in reinforcing positive behavior or rebuilding trust through open communication and dependable actions. Whatever it is, these tools are designed to empower you, to help you regain your dignity, and to nurture healthier, more respectful relationships with your children. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Many seniors face these challenges, and it's natural to feel hurt or confused when those closest to us don't treat us with the honor we deserve. But by choosing to respond with wisdom and compassion, you're setting a powerful example and creating space for change. We'd love to hear from you. What stood out to you the most? Which of these 5 ways are you ready to put into practice? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your story could inspire others facing similar struggles, and your insights can contribute to a supportive community. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to connecting with you again soon as we continue exploring ways to grow, heal, and embrace the richness of life at every age. Your dignity and happiness matter, and together we can foster respect and love in all our relationships. Until next time, take care of yourself and know that respect begins with the love and respect you give to yourself.